Throughout history, specific coins have sold at auction for prices so astronomical they seem impossible. 1 million, 5 million, even over $18 million for a single coin. And behind each record-breaking sale is a true story of discovery, authentication, competitive bidding, and the transformation of metal into one of the most valuable objects on Earth. I'm talking about real auctions with documented results, coins that ordinary people inherited or discovered, and prices that shattered records and made international headlines. These aren't myths or exaggerations. These are verified sales where coins changed hands for amounts that exceed what most people will earn in their entire lifetimes. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the rare coins that sold for millions, tell you the true stories behind each one, and show you exactly why collectors paid these mind-blowing amounts for pieces of metal smaller than your palm. Let's start with the most expensive coin ever sold, the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar specimen strike, graded SP66 by PCGS. In January 2013, this coin sold at Stack's Bowers auction for $10,016,750, setting a world record that stood for years. This wasn't just any 1794 dollar. It was believed to be among the very first silver dollars ever struck by the United States Mint, possibly the actual first one. The coin had impeccable provenance, tracing through legendary collections, including the Childs family collection. The buyer was Legend Numismatics, purchasing it for a private collector. The price reflected not just the coin's rarity and condition, but its importance as the genesis of American silver dollar coinage, a tangible piece of the nation's founding. The second most expensive coin ever sold is the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle, a $20 gold piece that sold in June 2021 for $18.87 million, shattering the previous record. This coin has one of the most fascinating backstories in numismatics. In 1933, President Roosevelt banned private gold ownership, and all 1933 double eagles were supposed to be melted before entering circulation. However, some escaped the mint through illegal means. For decades, the government pursued and confiscated these coins, claiming they were stolen property. Only one example was ever granted legal status through a settlement, making it the only 1933 double eagle that could be legally owned privately. That unique legal status, combined with the coin's beauty and dramatic history, created a bidding war that pushed the price to nearly $19 million. The third coin on our list is the 1787 Brasher doubloon, a privately minted gold coin created by goldsmith Ephraim Brasher in New York. In December 2021, the finest known example with the EB counterstamp on the eagle's breast sold privately for approximately $9.36 million. Brasher doubloons are among the earliest American gold coins, predating the U.S. Mint by several years. Only a handful exist, and their historical importance as Proto-American coinage, combined with their rarity, makes them extraordinarily valuable. The buyer was reportedly an anonymous collector who recognized the coin's importance as a piece of early American history. The 1804 silver dollar class, example known as the Dexter specimen, sold in August 1999 for $4,140,000, a record at the time. The 1804 dollar is perhaps the most famous and romanticized coin in American numismatics, despite the fact that no 1804 dollars were actually struck in 1804. These coins were created in the 1830s as diplomatic presentation pieces and later in the 1850s for collectors. Only 8 Class I examples exist, and they've resided in royal collections, been given to foreign dignitaries, and achieved legendary status. The combination of mystery, extreme rarity, and prestige makes every 1804 dollar appearance at auction a major event. The 1913 Liberty Head nickel, of which only 5 examples exist, has multiple sales exceeding $3 million. The most famous is the Olsen specimen, which sold in April 2010 for $3.7 million. These nickels were struck illegally after the Liberty Head design had been discontinued, creating a scandal that has fascinated collectors for over a century. The 5 known examples are individually famous, the Eliasberg coin, the Walton coin, the Olson coin, the McDermott coin, and the Norweb coin. Each has its own story of ownership, exhibition, and sales. The Walton coin has a particularly dramatic story. After the owner died in a 1962 car accident, the coin was believed to be a fake for over 40 years until it was re-examined and authenticated in 2003, transforming it from curiosity to multi-million-dollar treasure. The 1343 Edward III florin, an English gold coin, sold in July 2006 for $6.8 million, making it the most expensive British coin ever sold. While not American, this sale demonstrates that record-breaking coin prices aren't limited to U.S. issues. Only 3 examples of this medieval coin are known to exist, and its age, rarity, and historical importance justified the price. The 1822 half eagle, a $5 gold piece, is one of the rarest American coins with only 3 examples known. 2 are in the Smithsonian, leaving just 1 in private hands. While it hasn't sold recently, estimates suggest that if it came to market, it would bring $8 to $12 million. The coin last sold privately in the 1980s for over $1 million, and values for this level of rarity have increased dramatically since then. What makes these coins worth millions? Several factors combine to create these astronomical valuations. First is absolute rarity. Populations of 1 to 15 examples across all specimens known. When something is that rare, wealthy collectors compete intensely, driving prices to levels that reflect scarcity in its purest form. Second is historical significance. These aren't just old coins. They're pieces that played roles in monetary history, diplomatic relations, or represent firsts in American coinage. Third is condition. Most of these record setters are in exceptional preservation for their age and type. A coin from 1794 surviving in specimen strike quality for over 2 centuries is miraculous. Fourth is provenance. Coins with documented histories through famous collections carry premiums. The $1794 provenance through the Cardinal Collection and Child's Collection added to its value. Fifth is legal status. The 1933 Double Eagle's unique position as the only legally ownable example created a monopoly that justified the record price. The true stories behind these sales are often as fascinating as the coins themselves. The $1794 was found in an old collection that had been assembled decades earlier. The family didn't realize they had the finest known example until it was examined by experts. The 1933 Double Eagle went through decades of legal battles, government seizures, and courtroom drama before finally being granted legal status. The 1913 Liberty nickels were struck secretly, hidden for years, then revealed in an advertisement designed to create a market for them. These multi-million-dollar sales happen at major auction houses like Stack's Bowers, Heritage Auctions, and private treaty sales through elite dealers. The buyers are typically ultra-high net worth individuals, sometimes remaining anonymous, other times revealed as prominent collectors or dealers acting on behalf of clients. The auctions themselves are dramatic events, with bidding wars between phone bidders, internet bidders, and floor bidders pushing prices higher and higher until one determined buyer prevails. What can we learn from these record-breaking sales? First, that coins can be legitimate investment-grade assets at the highest levels. The $1794 appreciated from under $1 million to over $10 million in less than a decade. Second, that rarity and uniqueness create value that transcends the material. These coins are worth millions despite being made of metal worth hundreds or thousands in precious metal content. Third, that condition and preservation matter enormously. A worn example of the same date might be worth 1% of what a gem example brings. For collectors who can't afford million-dollar coins, these record sales provide inspiration and context. Understanding what creates value at the highest levels informs decisions at all collecting levels. The principles that make a coin worth $10 million – rarity, condition, historical importance, provenance – apply equally to coins worth $10 or $10,000, just at different scales. The rare coins that sold for millions represent the absolute pinnacle of numismatics, where historical importance, extreme rarity, exceptional condition, and competitive demand converge to create valuations that capture worldwide attention. These aren't just coins, they're irreplaceable artifacts, pieces of history, and stores of value that have proven their worth through record-breaking sales. If this video revealed the incredible true stories of coins that sold for millions and showed you what makes them worth these astronomical amounts, hit that subscribe button for more fascinating numismatic content. Drop a like if these stories and prices amazed you, and share this with anyone who loves tales of valuable treasures and record-breaking auctions. The world of rare coins is filled with incredible stories and unbelievable values waiting to be discovered.